let's start, right? Um, so we're a little bit shy on materials for this. You can see, yeah, okay, so but we have a reading, which is a book by Beecher on the title of his book is Computational Thinking. And so I've taken a bit of stuff from that, and that's what this is. This is sort of, I think, chapter 3 or 4 of that book about abstraction and models. And I think it goes pretty well from what we've done before. This is going to be a short lesson, and then you have a little task to do. So I'm just going to go through this. I have left a reference for this, but the idea that I'm trying to get to you now, in the last lesson, we were talking about computer architecture, right? So the idea there is that, so in our minds, we have an idea of what the computer is and what it can do, which is not everything. With more sophisticated software that we have nowadays, it is actually capable of doing quite a lot. I mean, but basically that's running parallel processors at very high speeds. And still we have to have some kind of simplifying model to approach so that we can give it the instructions that it needs to at least get started. And so that's what today's lesson is about. Hopefully we have in our minds that computers are different beasts than humans, all right? And so we saw that in our previous lectures, right? Computers are different beasts than humans, but we as humans need to be able to interact with them. So we need to take our complex way of human thinking and constrain it or reduce it to something that the computer can deal with. And that's why we're talking about abstractions and models. Later we'll talk about specific examples of these, which would be our flow charts, our pseudocode, our data flow diagrams, our entity relationship models. We'll talk about those later. At the moment, we're just sort of talking about why we do that. All right, so we're answering the question why, and then we'll look later at how we do that. Specifically, how we do that will come up in later things. And hopefully that how we do it will go with you so that you're able to sort of take a problem. I mean, this is the end that we want to get you to in this course, is that you will take a problem, you'll reduce it to something that can then go onto a computer to give you a solution to that problem. That's the idea of this course. It's not about writing programs in Python. We may or may not write in Python. We may or may not write any programs at all, but we will design them, right? We'll have something, it'll be pseudocode or flow charts or something like that, right? So that brings us to this idea of abstractions. So in a previous lesson, we did talk, and so sorry if I'm not acknowledging the people who are attending at externally. That's because I've kind of started then. And thank you to them. I see now that I've got like 14 people there. I keep hearing the ding ding. I think that's people joining. Sorry? Pardon? Oh, there's people that they shouldn't be in a waiting room. Oh, they're not. Yeah, they are. I thought I turned the waiting room off. So it's good that you told me that. So I'm gonna wow, they haven't heard anything I said. I gotta start over again. My gosh, again. Thank you for noticing that. So let's see. I'm going to